Welcome back to The Doctors. Our next guest is an Emmy Award-winning actress, best known for her role as the wacky Grace Adler on the hit show Will and Grace. She's also a full-time mom and activist who's about to make her mark on Broadway. Please welcome Debra Messing to the show. Welcome.
How you hug here, I guess.
We hug on The Doctors.
Hi.
A hug a day keeps the doctor away.
I guess I have such respect for doctors that I'm immediately, it's my impulse to shake your hand.
Was hugging us that bad?
Hugging was fantastic.
So, how have you been? I mean, we think of you, obviously, in all those great years you had on Will and Grace. Do you ever sit around and reminisce?
Oh, my gosh. I'm watching it with my son now for the first time, and he thinks it is hilarious. And I realize I haven't seen it in like 10 years. And it's so wonderful to be brought back to that because we laughed every day.
It's wonderful that it just keeps going on and on.
This is our 15th year anniversary of when we started. And
wow.
Yeah, and we're going to...
And I'm guessing it's going to keep on going.
But one of your biggest milestones is you're a mother of a 9-year-old son.
Yes, I am.
How's that going? Because you're a single mom
yes.
in a big old Big Apple.
You know, it's spectacular. He is really thriving. We go to Central Park, and I'm able to take him to plays now all the time, and he's loving that.
So he likes plays?
He loves it, and he's enjoying school, and I just think he's almost more adventurous now.
But now, since your son enjoys going to plays and things of that nature,
yeah.
you're going to take it to the next level yourself.
I am. My Broadway debut is coming up, and it's thank you.
But apparently, you know, word to the grapevine is you've had some issues before with performing due to a medical problem.
My allergies. I've had horrendous problems with allergies. My whole life, I grew up in New England, and I found out I'm allergic just to everything. Everything. I mean,
is that why you didn't want to hug Drew and I?
No.
That's why she's sitting next to you.
She can sneeze on you. Stay away from those. Grass, mold, mildew, pollen, cashmere. People literally cry when I tell them that I'm allergic to cashmere, and I get very confused, and they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, it's wool, cashmere. They're like, cashmere. And I'm like, yeah, and it's like the greatest travesty, and I've never worn it in my entire life, so I don't know what I'm missing.
I imagine if you're trying to perform, and all of a sudden you start to get hay fever symptoms, life isn't so wonderful.
No, and it's happened. I mean, on a movie I did called The Wedding Date, we were shooting in England and in beautiful countryside, and I had an allergy attack, and my eyes just started weeping. They turned red, they got puffy, my throat closed, and I sounded like a mix between Kermit the Frog and Brenda Vaccaro. And they're like, okay, cut, and we literally had to shut down production for a couple of hours until, you know, we were able to move on and I could sound like a woman again. I mean, it was serious. And, but then so of course I've tried everything under the sun, and different things have reacted differently for me. They've made me sleepy, they've made me edgy, and I tried Zyrtec and it worked for me. And it was so liberating and just a relief to know that I have something that works for me 24 hours a day, and I can plan my life, whether or not it's as a mother, as an employee, or as an activist, and know that my allergies aren't going to slow me down or stop me from doing the things that really matter.
I think that's the key. So many million people have allergies like yourself, and you can't let allergies control your life.
Allergies are truly about a combination of avoidance. If you need things like antihistamines can be very helpful. Even things like nasal saline washes, ways to wash your eyes out, to get those allergens away from the areas of our body that they react the most.
I do that.
We may even have you share some tips with us in the next segment, but I heard that you had a question about allergies and
I do.
Ebbs and flows.
To be with doctors, this is spectacular. Because obviously allergies have sort of ruled my life, I have read a lot about it, and I have heard that every 7 years every cell in your body somehow is regenerated, and there is a possibility of gaining and losing allergies. Is that true?
You can develop new allergies literally at any point in life. You can have an allergen that's bothered you throughout your life, and over time it can become less and less and less. And the other thing that can happen is not necessarily every 7 years, but a lot of people move around. And so you're in Los Angeles, and then you move to New York City, and then all of a sudden some of the trees that are in New York that weren't in LA, you become allergic to those things because you were never exposed to it.
You were
before.
sensitized to something, and then when you go to a certain area, you really react to it. But
And the takeaway, because we're going to have Deborah stick around, is that if you are developing hay fever type symptoms and something new is in your environment and they don't go away, it could be a new allergen you're exposed to or a new allergy that you've developed. And when we come back, Deborah is going to reveal her red carpet secrets to look and feel your best, even if you're dealing with allergies, so stick around.
Do you suffer from cat allergies and swollen eyes? Stand by, because Deborah's got the remedy.
And you do it like 5-6 times, and it takes all of the puffiness down. It wakes you up. We can talk about jet lag, a whole other episode.
We're here with a very talented Deborah Messing, who just revealed to us that she's practically allergic to everything. Fortunately, she then went on to say she wasn't allergic to the two of us. But, Deborah, this is important because you are someone who's in front of crowds all the time, on TV, and has some tips. So we actually got an audience volunteer, Ruth. Ruth, come on up here because we're going to have Deborah show you some tricks and tips.
I'm Deborah. Hi, Ruth. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
hi there, Ruth. Welcome.
Hello.
So, Ruth, you have allergies.
I do. My main thing is I have 3 cats, and I'm really allergic to cats.
And you have them in your house.
I do. My daughter begged me to get cats, so I was like, okay, I'll get you
puppy,
cats.
a
I know,
puppy.
I'm allergic to dogs, too.
Oh,
It's like
Lord.
everything.
I mean, that's a tough one. You're allergic to cats,
Yeah.
and you're subjected to that all the time.
Yeah.
So one of the realities is, and this is an important thing when you have allergies, you're not going to always be able to avoid allergies.
No.
And sometimes you have to pick and choose. Like, if your cats are your daughter's love,
Yeah.
you're willing to make that sacrifice, you got to figure out ways to minimize the quote-unquote effects. And so, Deborah, you have some things you can share with us?
I do. When we were shooting Smash, my makeup artist would start every morning by getting a bowl of lots of ice. Whole thing, fill it up with ice, get it super cold, and add some cucumber juice.
That's cool.
Cucumber juice.
Cucumber juice and some aloe juice. And you mix it up, and you get it super cold. Like, she would let it sit for like a half hour so that it hurt. I mean, it hurts. You want it to hurt. Can I hurt you now?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Just don't let it hurt so
No,
bad
I
you get
won't.
frostbite.
I won't. Yeah, it's
That's a
cold.
different segment.
And so she would squeeze it out so it's not drippy. And then you get to
I'm so intrigued.
And then you drink it. No.
put this, hold it like this, and
Okay.
press it completely against your face. All the way. Cold?
It smells so good.
Yeah. And now press it against your eyes, especially where you get the puffiest. And then you take it off.
So how long would you hold that on there?
And we'd hold it on for like
good.
10 seconds, and you do it like 5-6 times. And it takes all of the puffiness down.
Wow.
It
So
takes it all
cucumber
down.
juice and aloe vera juice. Hey, if it works, why not try it?
Time, yeah.
There are some reasons physiologically. Obviously, the cold is constricting your blood vessels. Cucumber is physiologic. It's sort of the same tonicity as your skin, putting moisture back. And we know aloe is a great healer.
It's incredibly
for your skin.
soothing. I have, I'm sure you're sensitive because so it just takes, it evens out your skin tone also. It's really helpful to just start your day, and it wakes you up.
Yeah,
You need
yeah,
to wake up.
So you
Smells
probably
good.
wake up sometime with the puffy eyes, puffy face. What about red eyes?
Red
irritated
eyes, watery eyes. I always look like I'm crying.
So Deborah, what do
in
you
the
do?
store,
Because
like-
if you're on stage and you look like you're crying and it's a non-crying scene, that's a problem.
It's a big problem.
What do you do?
It's a big problem. Well, what I like to do is I take saline drops with me everywhere I go. And, pollen's in the air, and on bad allergy, high pollen counts, your eyes start getting itchy throughout the day.
Right.
And if you just put a few drops of saline, it washes it out, and it just keeps it clean.
And it doesn't need to be an allergy eye relief. Literally, saline water is very effective at washing away allergens, both in your eyes and your nose. So I love that. Saline is an awesome choice. And
even like smoke, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing behind a bus, and all of a
Right.
sudden you're just, you know, and you feel like it's in your eyes, and it's just great
Just
to have
rinse it
on.
away.
Yep.
That's a first treatment.
and what is this? This is another tip from you.
This, yes, this
Can I
is.
spray it?
Sure.
Is it safe?
Sure. Want to spray it on your face?
Well,
You want to spray it on there? I think we should shoot
So
this.
this is safe?
Ruth's here for this
Is
great.
it safe? 'Cause I don't know what's in here.
It's water.
Okay, you ready? So why do we use water sprays?
Let me do it. Yeah. Okay, a little. Okay, ready?
Oh,
Does that feel refreshing?
It does.
It feels really refreshing. And again, if you have particles that are allergens just sitting on your face throughout the day, you can just clean it and rinse it, and it keeps you feeling fresh.
Before we, can you give me a little of that? Just a little.
give him a big shot.
That is refreshing. I love these tips.
Isn't it refreshing?
Yes.
We're
I
gonna
love
try
it.
these next event.
Yeah.
Would you like a little?
Give
I know.
Drew.
I felt left out.
You ready?
I'd like a lot.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm
Deborah, thank
glowing.
you so much. Ruth, thanks for coming on the show. Deborah,
Nice to meet you.
can I get a hug?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Best of luck on Broadway.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Come and see me when
Thanks,
you're in
Deborah. I will do that.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
And don't go away. We'll be right back. I said